There is currently a quiet but dangerous campaign brewing against Ghana, and it is tied directly to our Detty December brand. Wicked Blogger Ghana has picked up intelligence that some powerful interests from Nigeria are aggressively trying to hijack Detty December and rebrand it in their own favor. The strategy is simple. Damage Ghana's image first, then present themselves as the alternative destination for tourists. Sources connected to private investigations indicate that some foreigners are being sponsored to enter Ghana and deliberately push negative narratives, record staged content, and circulate videos that paint Ghana in a bad light. The aim is not accidental. The aim is clear. Muddy Ghana's image, create doubt, push fear, and then turn around and sell Nigeria as the new Detty December headquarters. Tourism is not small money. It brings in billions of dollars globally every year. Detty December alone pumps millions of dollars directly into Ghana's economy through hotels, transport, food, events, nightlife, security services, and informal businesses. Once you control Detty December, you control global attention, foreign inflow, and cultural dominance. That is the real battle nobody is saying out loud. While this quiet smear campaign is happening against Ghana, Nigeria is aggressively pushing top-class concerts, festivals, influencer deals, and international promotions under the same Detty December concept. The goal is to weaken Ghana's version through negativity, then replace it with a Nigerian-controlled version on the global stage. Wicked Blogger Ghana's investigations suggest that the videos circulating recently are not random. They are coordinated. They are sponsored. And more of these videos are expected to surface in the coming days as part of a larger psychological and media strategy to destroy Ghana's credibility as the Detty December capital. Now let's talk about the solution, because noise alone will not save Ghana. First, Ghanaian authorities must immediately take this matter seriously at national security and tourism ministry levels. This is no longer entertainment rivalry. This is economic warfare through digital propaganda. The Cybersecurity Authority, National Security, and the Tourism Authority must begin quiet digital tracing of the funding sources behind these viral campaigns. Second, Ghana must aggressively protect the Detty December brand legally and internationally. Detty December must be treated as a national tourism asset, not just a street slogan. Trademarks, international tourism partnerships, and cultural branding must be locked down fast before it gets hijacked on a global scale. Third, Ghanaian influencers, artists, promoters, and media houses must stop being passive. Silence is dangerous right now. Positive content, real stories, real tourism experiences, and clean branding must flood the internet daily to counter any false narratives being pushed. Fourth, immigration and security agencies must tighten monitoring during the Detty December season, especially for individuals whose activities go beyond tourism into coordinated media damage. Ghana is open, yes, but openness must not become vulnerability. Finally, the Ghanaian public must wake up. This is not about Ghana versus Nigeria in noise. This is about who controls tourism power in West Africa. Whoever controls Detty December controls December money, global visibility, and cultural influence for the next generation. Wicked Blogger Ghana is sounding the alarm early. This is not panic. This is prevention. If Ghana sleeps on this, the damage will not be loud at first. It will be gradual, digital, and strategic. By the time the truth becomes obvious, the world would already have shifted its attention elsewhere. Detty December is Ghana's gold, and gold always attracts thieves.
Last night, I was kidnapped and robbed by the police in Ghana. I was kidnapped by 3 masked police officers. They covered their license plate. They didn't have name badges on. They completely covered their face. And as soon as they decided they wanted to take us, they took our phones and my camera. So I couldn't record. I couldn't contact anyone. I couldn't even look up, what was legal for the police to do. And obviously, not sure the law would have helped. They are the law like that. So the Uber driver that picked us up at the end of the night told me that this is something that happens frequently. The police set up these checkpoints all over the city and they'll stop you for anything. Like you could not come to a complete stop. You could have something on you. You could do nothing and they will stop you. And if they find out that you're American or they suspect you might have money, then they will take you. They decided they wanted to take us. They heard my accent because they asked me a question and I had to answer. And they checked our bags, they checked our whole body. And when they looked inside my bag and they saw that I had cash, they decided I needed to get in the car. So they told me to get in the car. I tried to ask why. I tried to say, like, is there anything else we can do to handle this? No. So they told me to get in the car. And they got mad anytime I tried to ask a question. So I realized, like, I cannot fight back right now. I have to simply, like, do what they say. So there was a friend of a friend that I knew in Ghana, and we had just went out to eat. So we're in the car together. They actually cuffed him because he's from Ghana, but they didn't cuff me. They just sat me in the car and they drove us around. Little did I know we were driving in Accra the whole time, but I don't know where I am. I don't have my phone. It feels like we're getting further and further from where I'm staying. Like I'm feeling, I'm feeling terrible. One of the cops is in the back seat and he has his arm around me the entire time. They were screaming at us most of the time, and then sometimes they would decide to be nice. Like it was definitely like a good cop, bad cop type of situation. They told me I would not go back home to America. They would arrest me and those charges would not let me, board my flight. They told my friend he was gonna go to jail. And the threats kept escalating. At one point, they even made me read a Bible verse and explain to them why that meant we should pay them before they take us to the station. This was the most nonsense I'd ever heard in my life. But again, they're all armed. There are big ass guns in the trunk. At one point, there were 5 officers with us, and then at other points, there were 3. Like there was no leaving. There was nothing. So at one point they pulled up at an ATM and they told me, take out as much as you can. Are you dumb? Do I look like I'm fucking dumb? And I know y'all are probably like, why'd you get in the car? Why did I get in the car? I didn't have a choice. You try resisting 5 fat ass, armed, stinky ass, and let's get into the smell because the car stank. So at the ATM, I told them like that. Obviously they couldn't go with me into the ATM. I went to tell the bank people that I was not good, but they still had my phone and my camera and the person that I was with. So I took some money out. I took out like $150 US dollars, and I went back to the car. I gave it to them. I'm thinking it's over then. No, of course it's not over. They're still trying to extort more money out of the other guy. So eventually they get about $400, and I'm tweaking because I'm like, I need to be up in the morning. Like, where am I? Who am I? Like, I just felt, I've never felt powerless like that in my life. So I say all that to say, if you're going to Accra for Detty December or going at all, make sure you don't, look rich. I didn't even have on any designer. I had on a cheap outfit. It doesn't matter. Don't talk back to the police because they will straight up take you. Thankfully, I'm not physically harmed. $150 is nothing. They don't know that, but I'm gonna be okay, and I thank God for that. I thank God for his covering. And yeah, just wanted to tell my story.
Okay, so not only was I robbed, I've just come back from the gym and I've gone to the sink and I see there's a cockroach in the sink. I'm sick and I'm tired. I stayed in the same complex last year in a different apartment, and I booked with the actual people, the owners who own the whole thing directly through their website. This year I booked with the Airbnb. Last year I saw a cockroach and I thought, oh, maybe it's just that apartment. I've come here this year to a whole new apartment. It's a whole new building and there's cockroaches. This is why you need to be careful in foreign countries. I booked an apartment on Airbnb in Accra. It's a nice apartment, and the thing about the complex is I stay here all the time, but I've just gone with a private renter at this point. He brought cleaners to my house. I already said don't bring the cleaners. I'm not going to be in. He brought the cleaners, and the cleaners stole $300 out of my money. I had a stack of money, dollars, and they stole the money, thinking I wouldn't clock because it's just a little bit of the dollars that I did have. You need to be careful. I went through Airbnb, and now I have to report it back. And I've gone to the owners and told them that your cleaners have stolen money. They said, are you sure? Are you sure about it? I've left my bag inside the wardrobe. Why have I come in and my headscarf is hanging over the wardrobe? They open the wardrobe to go through my shit. If you're cleaning someone's house, why would you open the wardrobe to look through their clothes? It doesn't make no sense. My bag was in there with the money. And they stole it.